Sunshine, beloved. It's Terry Joe. That was the song Love Generation by Bob Sinclair. I have such warm memories of that from my time at the American School of Puerto Vallarta. It was the theme song for a few years with the teen seminars and also in kindergarten. I played it all the time because I felt so much that that generation starting to be born, I'd say in the 90s, but particularly in 2000, were really the love generation, right? Yeah, the 90s and 2000, the millennials, I guess you'd call them, and the ones after that, rainbow children, crystal children, all those beautiful beings of light that came in and are still coming in. And so, perfect for the heart chakra, which is what we're doing part 2 on today, the heart chakra. I'm actually at my dad and his wife Terry's house. Um, so this is my dad's office, and I stayed the night here last night in Palm Desert. So this is part 2. So let's call in the light first. Great Spirit, so grateful to be living in and as our hearts expressing, sharing, loving, living love. We ask for a blessing of light, a clearing, anything that no longer serves us, anything that's weighed heavy on our hearts, any old grievances or resentments. We ask that those be lifted and taken up into the higher realms and transformed into the light. And we are so grateful to have these opportunities, these growth opportunities we get to have here on earth. We ask for strength, we ask for courage, we ask for compassion, tenderness, softness in our hearts to embrace it all. For this and much more, we ask for grace, and so it is. All right, so heart chakra, second part 2. Yesterday we talked about the heart chakra. The Sanskrit name for it is anahata, which means unstruck sound. And it is associated with the color green, also with pink and gold. And it resides in the middle of our chest, not really where our heart is literally, but in the middle of our chest, because the chakras are along our spine, the energy systems, right? The spirals, and the chakras are wheels of energy spinning inside. And we're going to talk a little bit about deficiencies and excess when the chakras close, when it's open today. But just to touch up, the mantra here is I love, whereas the root chakra is I am, the sacral chakra is I feel, the solar plexus chakra is I will, and which is personal power. The heart chakra, I'm going a little too high, is I love. And it's all about unconditional loving. It's about connection. It's about forgiveness, empathy, really connecting. It's the bridge between the lower world and the upper world, internally and externally, the bridge between our personal and the collective, right? Energetic. And a few things on this, just more details. The body parts it rules are the heart, the upper back, lungs, lymph system, diaphragm, arms, and hands. And let me see what else I want to say about it. I think I read some of these yesterday, but harmony, balance, healing, it's the seat of the soul, kindness, humor, unity, brotherhood, peace, purity, innocence. And the keys to transforming energy at this level are sadness and sorrow are transcended to unconditional love of self and others, compassion and joy with the inner work of releasing the past. I thought that was a very significant piece of information. It's related to fully loving and accepting ourselves for who we are at the emotional level and also for who we are as divine beings. So when our heart chakra is closed, we are afraid of commitment and feel like we have to please others to be loved. We have been hurt by others in times of relationships and now feel like we have to guard ourselves from being hurt again. Loneliness, suspicion, neediness, possessiveness, bossiness, greediness, and jealousy. When it's opened, we're comfortable in our relationships, giving and receiving love easily. We feel a heartfelt sense of gratitude for how wonderful life is. We appreciate others and feel compassion for ourselves and others without feeling sorry for anyone. When this is excessive or overactive, there's a codependence and a taking care of others more than you're supposed to, so to speak, like an unhealthy level. Clinging, jealousy, lack of boundaries, and a wanting to merge with others. On the deficient or underactive side, there's withdrawal, fear, and avoidance of intimate relationships, lack of compassion and empathy, and trust issues. The typical vows like promises of this chakra is I have to be perfect and perfectly critical of myself. It has to be my way in love and relationships. So that would be vows that obviously are not healthy vows. I'll read a little bit more. Body issues, heartburn, high and low blood pressure, heart disease, asthma, anything with the lungs, lung disease, circulation problems, immune system problems, emotional inability to love oneself or give or receive love, coronary illness, lung infections, colds. I would say COVID relates to this chakra. Rheumatism in arms and hands, skin problems, breast cancer. So there's some. And then here, finally, I just want to give some tips on exercises to balance this chakra. Being of service to others, lending a helping hand, giving genuine compliments to others, volunteering in something that supports the earth. I love that. Or people or animals in need. Recognizing when your love is conditional, both toward yourself and toward others, and working to soften this. Drawing shoulder blades back to energize, right? To open your heart. I like this particular, looking up kind of stance. And connecting with green aspects of nature, yoga, massage, healing touch, walking, dancing, prayer, singing. That's also the fifth chakra, throat, which we'll talk about tomorrow. I love you meditations, and anything with high vibrations of love and harmony. So that's helpful. Speaking of things you can do to enhance and open your heart chakra, yesterday, the first day assignment is always to do an art project, a poem, something creative, a drawing, a painting. I do soul collage. So here is my, let me find a way that's not shiny. Here is my soul collage card. I love this one probably most of all because it's the bridge between the lower and upper chakras. This is Hanuman the monkey, and he's known as the one who controlled the wind, and this is an air element, so that's why I put him on there. There's a heart leaf in the background there. This is the chakra symbol. I love artichokes, but I love the act of giving and sharing. It's a sharing kind of food, and of course avocados. And then the deer symbolizes the heart chakra. I'd say it's the representative animal. Of course, I love these glasses, any kind of heart, because you're seeing through the eyes of love, right? And I put the succulents on there because they're hardy and strong. So that's my art project I did for the heart chakra. And I wanted to read a little quote, and then we'll draw our cards in for this. The fourth chakra lessons are related to love, forgiveness, and compassion. And the fourth chakra is the central powerhouse of the human energy system. The middle chakra, it mediates between the body and spirit and determines health and strength. This chakra embodies the spiritual lesson that teaches us how to act out of love and compassion and recognize that the most powerful energy we have is love. More than any other chakra, the fourth chakra represents our capacity to let go and let God. With its energy, we accept our personal emotional challenges as extensions of a divine plan, which has as its intent our conscious evolution. By releasing our emotional pain, by letting go of our need to know why things have happened as they have, we reach a state of tranquility. In order to achieve that inner peace, however, we have to embrace the healing energy of forgiveness and release our lesser need for human, self-determined justice. This is so huge, everyone. For me personally, very huge. Because I think I mentioned yesterday, my mantra growing up, and I really feel it's the signature lesson I came in to learn, and I feel like each of us as souls have like an overarching main lesson. Mine has been about this unfairness factor, this feeling deep in my heart because I was so hyper aware and able to see things, and I have like this clarity of insight and vision and intuition. I couldn't understand why other people got things and I didn't, or why some people got away with things and I didn't. And by getting away, I don't mean bad things. I just mean like some people got more privilege than I did. Some people got more, I compared a lot and I saw it. And it's not even in a negative, it's just I didn't understand. And I still, a lot of times, don't understand things. But the lesson for me is to turn it over and to let go and let God and say, okay, God, you must have a reason for this. There must be something that they need to get out of this lesson, and I need to get out of my lesson. So I need to turn it over to you and stop trying to figure it out and control it and getting mad about it. I mean, that's the biggest thing, is getting upset about reality. It's like Byron Katie says, you can argue with reality, but you're going to lose 100% of the time. And that has been a really hard lesson for me to learn, to stop arguing with reality. See and accept what is. This is one of my affirmations. I see and accept what is, and I trust God's plan fully. And I'm having to always say it because it's not always what my experience is. And because I have such a justice-oriented strength, there is a part of me that speaks up in situations of injustice, and I have for a long time. And that doesn't mean you silence yourself. I mean, part of this lesson of the fourth chakra is between the third, which is power, and the fifth, which is expression. See, the heart is the balancer, right? The emotional balancer. So I have this strong power and I have this strong expression. And when I'm neutral in my heart, in my unconditional loving, I can know when to speak up, and I can do it in a way that is inclusive and invitational and not wrong-making, shaming, and judgmental. But it's been a long road for me to learn that, and I know that my expression has been wrong-making and shaming, and I'm working on it continuously. So there's a way to stand in that strength and power and express, when something's out of alignment. You can still say, this is not, like Martin Luther King and Gandhi are the two best examples I have of people that I feel, I'm sure there are many more, but they come to me really clearly. People that really had an alignment inside because they spoke firmly and strongly about injustice, but they did it with this unconditional love, with their hearts doing the speaking. So the last part of that quote is, our own hearts are designed to express beauty, compassion, forgiveness, and love. It is against our spiritual nature to act otherwise. And that was bits and pieces of quotes, all from Carolyn Mace, who wrote The Anatomy of the Spirit, and she's done incredible work on the chakras, and USM in their consciousness, health, and healing does there's a whole class in their program, the consciousness, health, and healing program over the 10-month period it's called Integrative Approaches to Radiant Health, your Radiant Health and Well-Being Project. I think that's the name of the class. Anyway, that's that. We need to do our cards. So this card, Compassion, I don't think you can see it. I'll put it there for now. Caring, empathy, acceptance, and gentleness, compassion. I'll just read a little bit from this book, Chakra Insight Oracle. The Latin word for compassion literally means co-suffering. This card is not an invitation to suffer, but rather to allow yourself and others to rise up beyond sufferings through the light of genuine empathy and understanding. The call to compassion is a call to accept people and situations for who they are and where they are at. As we let go of judgment and the need to fix a situation or label things good or bad, we begin to realize that every situation carries with it a gift, and that we each have the unique lessons to learn from the experience. By judging or focusing on each other's faults, we contribute to keeping each other stuck in those places. Often out of lack of acceptance of other people, our lack of acceptance of other people stems from a deeper judgment of ourselves. As we learn to see and treat each other in our highest light, we help open the passage of each to find his or her way into the sun, into the light. So there you go. That's that card. Beautiful, right? And then let's see the other card we have here, which is from the chakra reading cards. This one I chose today is Play. You see the dolphins? Oh, there. I'm trying to find a way to get this, visually pleasant. Play. Life may be getting you down of late, and the worry of your day-to-day commitments may be causing you a mountain of stress. One of the most powerful ways to release the tension and worries in the world is to take some time to play and feel joy. Life can become so intense and serious, and we forget to play as adults, for sure, which is the fundamental expression of joy of the soul. It is now time to connect with this joyful aspect of you and embrace the essence of play. When was the last time you played? You may like to take your dog to the park, go to the beach, play a game of sports with friends, whatever it is that allows you to give the gift of play to yourself. It's safe, of course, given the situation we're in. It is very important for your growth at this time to allow the energy of play to cleanse mind, body, and spirit. It is a natural state to play and have fun. Playfulness is powerful medicine for the soul and brings about a deep release, healing stale energies and worries. It brings deep connection to the joy of the cosmos. Bring more play into your life so you can feel the joy of the cosmos flowing through your soul and into your world. And the affirmation, I play joyfully in the magic of the universe and I am free to be me. Love it. Okay, let's do this. Oh, my little card fell down. You can't see it. Our card. What can I experience more fully? Let's tune in and see what can I experience more fully. We'll hold it up. How about this way? What can I experience more fully? Well, because we just talked about play, I'm getting play. Like find a way to play every day. So that's our assignment for today is play. And I'm at my dad and Terry's house, and we're going to play cards. I'm super excited about that. So after I'm done with my Solutions Wisdom Circle, which reminds me, at 10:30 this morning, Solutions Wisdom Circle on Zoom. If you want to join, I'll try to remember to put the link in the comments here. It is, I do ask that you have your video on and you stay for the full hour. It's a commitment. It's like a group coaching call. Sometimes there's me and one other person. Sometimes there's 3 or 4. Sometimes there's 5 or 6. It's whoever shows up. I'm here doing that, and I think I'm going to commit to it through June. I find it very valuable for me. It's basically a way where we tune in and we see what's present with us, what's going on with us right now, what challenges are we having, what are the opportunities of growth, and then we tune in what resources do we have, and we ask our higher selves, is there anything we need to know, what wisdom comes through about this situation? I find it to be a very special, sacred time. So if you want to join, it's 10:30 to 11:30, coming up after story time, and I'll put the link in there. I think that's the only other announcements, except that let's tune in for our quality to the day. It's playfulness. I got it right away. And another announcement besides the Solutions Wisdom Circle and story time coming up, a story about our heart, listening with my heart, is tomorrow's Rise and Shine will be at 7:30 because I have a dentist appointment in LA. So hopefully you can tune in live to that. And of course, these are always available to watch on YouTube and on my Facebook page. All right. Blessings to you. Bye. Love you. My heart loves your heart.